Prices and sales are up to start the fall market, but inventory is still high. If you want to know what's happening with the Durham Region real estate market, you'll want to keep watching. I'm going to give you all the numbers and tell you exactly what we saw last month. My name is Vilija Truelove, and I'm a local Durham Region real estate agent. If you're looking to make a move in the Durham Region, you can schedule a consultation, which you can do in the description below, or you can just send me a text or an email. Again, all of my info is down in the description below. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe so that you don't miss any of my future videos. At the same time, you can download my free Durham Region guide. So now let's get into the numbers for September. So we had 707 sales in September, which is up from August and also a slight increase compared to the 672 sales in September 2024. So buyer activity picked up a bit in September after the quieter summer months. On the listing side, 2,082 new listings came to the market in September. That's a pretty big jump and about a 12% year-over-year increase in new inventory. More sellers tested the market in September, which increased buyer choice. At the end of the month, we had 2,810 active listings in Durham, so up from last September as well. So overall, inventory is higher than it was a year ago. We had 1,056 terminated listings in September. This is an increase from the 894 terminated listings we had in August, and also an increase from the 965 terminated listings that we saw in September 2024. Now, to the market indicators, months of inventory was four months for September, which sits at the low end of the balanced market range, which is roughly 4 to 6 months. Sales to new listings ratio was 34%, which is technically buyer favoring territory. Below 40% is considered a buyer's market. So the indicators are giving slightly different signals. Months of inventory looks balanced, while sales to new listings ratio leans toward buyers. Overall, I'd say it's a balanced market with a tilt to buyers depending on the price range, the home type, and the area. Now, prices. The average sale price, this is for all home types in the whole Durham region, was $877,963 in September. That is up from August's $860,951. But we are still down from the $894,499 average that we saw a year ago. So about a 1.8% decline year over year. Breaking the average price down by municipality. Again, this is for all home types. So Pickering increased by $22,155. Ajax increased by $10,321. Whitby saw a decrease in their average price of $29,927. Oshawa also saw a decrease of $6,420. And Clarington saw an increase in their average price of $29,627. To get a clean read on price movement, I also like to look at the median price. So the median sale price for Durham in September was $824,000. And this is again an increase from the $805,000 median price that we saw in August. And a few other quick stats to consider. Sale to list price ratio was 98%. So homes are still generally selling close to asking, though we're not seeing as many offer dates with over asking sale prices. Average days on market was 29 days. That's a little longer than last year's 22 days. Those metrics show homes are still moving, but there's usually more room for negotiation than during that multiple offer frenzy we saw a few years ago. So what does this mean if you're buying, selling, or you're just watching the market? If you're a buyer, September gave you a lot more choices. We had higher inventory, more new listings, and some sellers are motivated. You can shop without the same intensity of bidding wars in most cases, so we are definitely still seeing them. And in many cases, there's room to negotiate. If you're one of those buyers waiting for the bottom before you buy, you realistically may not know you've reached it till we're already on the way back up. The right time to buy truly is when you're ready. If you're financially stable, you're tired of renting, or you're bursting at the seams of your current home, the best first step to take is to have a consultation with your real estate agent. You can reach out if you're in the Durham region. So we can look at your specific situation carefully and see if buying makes sense for you. And know that historically, the Durham region has held its value very well. Yet we're down an average of $16,536 from a year ago. But if you're looking at real estate as a long-term game, which you should be, you're more than likely going to be ahead in 5 years. If you're a seller, presentation and pricing are still key. Homes that are accurately priced and well staged continue to sell in reasonable timeframes. With more inventory in the fall, buyers can be choosier, so you want to show your best and price competitively. You'll also see that many sellers are trying a price and making adjustments as the market responds. This is actually normal to see in this market as well. You want to keep a close eye on the data in your specific neighborhood so you know what's going on. If you're a homeowner just watching equity, this is not a collapse, it's a normalization. The average price in September is actually slightly higher than August, and Durham Region remains more affordable than many parts of the GTA, which supports longer-term demand. September showed stronger activity than summer, more sales, and a larger influx of new listings, which is typical. The average price rose month over month, but we are still slightly below last year's level. And the market shows mixed signals, but it's definitely more buyer-leaning in most cases. That makes today's market more balanced than the hot seller markets we saw previously, but it really is a more healthy and sustainable pace overall. If you'd like to go over the data for your specific neighborhood or make a game plan for buying or selling in this market, you can just send me a text or give me a call. My number is in the description down below. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.